Okay, so basically, it is February the 5th, and what I'm going to do is start the homework a little bit. I may jump around a little bit so that you can see some of it. My problem is I've got a lot of questions, and I'm still kind of trying to figure out why or what. Starting out, I am going to shorten the assignment to 7 through 18. So, hopefully you're watching this video and you are checking your work with 7, and then I'm going to kind of show you through 18. Now, I'm not going to work them all, but I'm going to work some of them so you can get a good idea about it. Okay, starting out. On number 7 here, we are going to take a rate, and we're going to find a unit rate. Guys, all rates are what I call like larger numbers. When they ask you to find a unit rate, all they're asking you is how much is one of it. That's all they're asking you, okay? That's all those directions say. So, looking at number 7 here, it says 40.8 gallons in 8 containers. So first, just set that up. This is what it means. Okay. What it means is 40.8 gallons, and I'm just copying what they give me. And they want it in 8 containers. That is a rate because it's working with bigger numbers. And I'm just kind of saying that for the fun of it. Like there's no reason. I'm just showing you a vocab word. Now they want us to find a unit rate. Well, if I change this to a unit rate, then all they're wanting to know is how much is 1 container. Unit means how much is 1. That's all it means. Okay, so when going from a rate to a unit rate, I want you to think about this. Are the numbers getting smaller or bigger? They're getting smaller, from an 8 to a 1, right? So we're going to use division because division makes it smaller. So 40.8 divided by 8. Anybody already worked it? Oh, I have it. How much is it? So 40.8 divided by 8
is
40.8 divided by 5.1 gallons. I figured if I got a few of you in here, I might as well make you work it. I've already got them, but that's all you're doing on this section. I will do number 8 with you. Okay. Number 8 says, I got 500 papers here. It says 72 ounces in 6 steaks. Okay, which is kind of weird, but what they're saying is there's 72 ounces in 6 steaks. Steak, like a meat, like a food. Ounces, how much it weighs. Okay. So basically what they're wanting is, what if you only wanted 1 steak? How many ounces would you be getting?
So 72, 12? 72,
Yeah, 12 ounces.
Wait, so what would you divide if you
72 divided by 6. And that's all you're doing on these guys.
For our test, are we allowed to use a calculator?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to let you kind of keep doing. You'll do 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I'm going to read 13. Let's see what it's like. 13 says, about 17 trees are saved when 1 ton of paper is recycled. If 20 tons of paper are recycled, how many trees are saved? And explain your answer. Listen, don't freak out. Just start out with what did they give you. The first sentence gave you 17 trees to what? 1 ton of paper. Write that down. 17 trees to 1 ton of paper. Guys, all it is this one, they're going from a unit rate, because it's how much is 1, and they're wanting us to change it to a rate. And the reason is this sentence. It says, if 20 tons of paper. 20 tons. So if it's not 1 ton, they want us to change it to 20 tons. How many trees are saved? 340?
No.
17. Now listen, 17 trees are saved for 1 ton. So what about if it's 20 tons?
So 17 divided by 20 divided by 17? Yeah, or times. No, it's 340.
3-4 times. And think about it this way. Do you see how going from 1 to 20 is getting bigger?
Oh, yeah.
1, but think about it this way. 1 times what is 20? 20. 17 times 20 is 340. So you got to kind of look, and I want you to, if you'll just look at this a second, do you see how these numbers are getting bigger to go from here to here? Multiply. If they're getting smaller, divide. If that'll help you. Okay? I know it's kind of cheating, but that should help you a little bit. Let's see. Number 15. I'm going to do for you. I want you to do 14. But 15 is interesting because now we got to compare 2 different classrooms. Okay? There is a Mr. Brown. His homeroom has 24 students, and they sold 17 magazine subscriptions. Well, there's also this Miss Garcia. She has 28 students, and they sold 98 magazine subscriptions. But in the end, they want to know whose homeroom sold more magazine subscriptions per student. Per 1 student. Okay. Magazine subscriptions are like if you get Boys Life or some magazine, that means for the whole year usually. Okay. Yes. Okay, here we go. So Mr. Brown, starting out, you're going to want to label which class is which, because you got to know what your numbers stand for. And on Mr. Brown, it is 72 subscriptions for 24 students. Now, you got to slow down because what number did they want one of? 1 subscription or 1 student? Look at the question. Whose homeroom sold more magazine subscriptions per student? Per 1 student. Guys, they're wanting the 1 to be on the bottom, which means student has to be on the bottom. Nope. 1 unit rate of 1 has to be on the bottom.
Wait, so whenever any question you ever did, I'm always in with a unit rate?
Nope, because the one above it didn't. It ended it with a rate. You just gotta answer whatever they're asking. They're wanting to know, in Mr. Brown's room, how many subscriptions did basically each kid sell? 3, because 72 divided by 24 is 3 subscriptions.
So the bottom number is supposed to be like what you're talking about?
What you want one of. They wanted one student.
Whatever you want.
One of. One of. One of. But here, like it's all right here. Whose homeroom sold more magazine subscriptions per student? What we've got to do is compare Mr. Brown. Each one of his kids sold basically 3 subscriptions. I've now got to go in and figure out the other person, which is Miss Garcia. And it says in the sentence that Miss Garcia has 28 students and 98 subscriptions. So if we figure out how many, it averages out to just one student in her class. Divide them. 98 divided by 28, 3.5. Now, 3.5, 3.5. So, per student, which teacher's kids sold more subscriptions? Miss Garcia. That's all it is you're taking 2 different teachers and 2 different things, and you're figuring out who sold more. But you're using math to figure out why. So when you do the explanation, you should say something like, Miss Garcia's kids sold more. You need numbers like, her kids sold 3.5. To Mr. Brown's. It's an average, guys. So you need an explanation also for 15. $16 is the same kind of question. 17, you use the picture on the right. Kind of move it up. 16, same kind of question, using comparisons. 17, you are using this picture. 18 is just finding unit rate. Okay. 7 through 18 is your homework if you're listening to this video. Just 7 through 18.